Hey, I'm Alan Brito from Rhino Architect, and welcome to this tutorial about 2D and 3D rotations in Rhino. If you are starting with Rhino, let me show you how to work with both 2D and 3D rotations. I have a simple object here, and we can use it as an example for 2D and 3D rotations. If you want to rotate this object, you can choose to either use a single point as a pivot for your rotation. This will be a 2D rotation, or an axis, which can be any combination of points or lines or references on your 3D object. One of the clever things about Rhino, if you look here, let me select the object first. If you come here in the sidebar, you will see that we have the rotate icon. You can trigger a 2D or 3D rotation depending on how you click on this icon. You can see from the small reference on the left of the rotate 2D and rotate 3D. If you use a left click, you will start a 2D rotation. If you right click, you will start a 3D rotation. Let's begin with a 2D rotation. I will left click, and with a left click and a 2D rotation, you will have to select a single point. I have my snaps enabled. I'll be using the end point. You can select this point here, for instance. And with a 2D rotation, we have to select now a reference point, and you can start rotating your object around that point. And one cool thing about this feature is that you can either type an angle that you want, or if you press and hold the shift key, it will use an orthographic. It will jump 90 degrees. For instance, if I want to rotate 90 degrees on this direction, you just have to click here and it will use that reference. What if we want to use a 3D rotation? In case of a 3D rotation, you have to right click on the icon, and instead of selecting one point, you can see from the command line that it's asking for the start of a rotation axis. So I will choose this point here and this other endpoint to use as an axis, and it's now asking me for the starting point, and we can begin the rotation around those two axes. And you can also press and hold the shift key to use an orthographic or align it with a 90-degree angle. It will snap. So this is the difference between 2D and 3D rotation.